Okay, we go into Luke, the 24th chapter and the 44th verse. Mashayach told us to learn of him, and he said this in Luke 24 and 44, 24th chapter, the 44th verse. And he said to them, "These are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms concerning me." See? So he's not only in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, but he's in the volume of the book. The law of Moses, that's the first 5 books, and the prophets, from Joshua all the way to Malachi, and everything in between, including the Apocrypha. And in the Psalms concerning himself, right? Because look, when the destruction is coming on this earth and he's bringing forth the judgment in war, look what it says. And just show you that he's in the Apocrypha. 2 Ezra 13 and 37. It says, "And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations which they wickedly which their wicked life are fallen into the tempest, into the fire." Who's the Most High's son? He said. Y'all know John 3:16. "For the Most High so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life." So you know about that scripture. All y'all know about that. There's only begotten Son, because it tells you. I'm out looking for an answer for this question in Hebrews 1 and 5. Since y'all want to say angels are his son, he says, "For unto which of the angels said he at any time?" Answer this question. Which of the angels said you're going to step into the seat of the Most High to announce what he did? That's what he asking you. "For unto which of the angels said he at any time, thou art my son? This day have I begotten thee. And again, I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son." Which angel? Which spirit of the Most High? You can say that, speaking for the Most High, that the Most High said, he's my son. Y'all go to the book of Enoch and say this. Y'all say that's those are the sons of the Most High. Them angels, bring it forth. Speak for the Most High and deal with whatever he gonna bring upon you for lying on him, because he asks you a question, or answer the question. "For unto which of the angels which said he at any time," Most High said this, you can vouch for it, "thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. And again, I will be to him a father." That angel, I'm going to say, I'm his father. That's what he asking. "And he shall be to me a son." Because you see here, it's saying, "And this my son, this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations." All the army, the navy, the marines, and the air force, all the ordinances that they had, the war weapons that they have, weapons of war. He going to rebuke all of that. Mashayach Yahawashi, as he comes, it says in Revelation 19:11, to judge and make war. Y'all got to stop. Listen, and again, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world, he said, "And let all the angels of the Most High do what? Worship him." So answer that question. What angel, or angels, as it says, said the Most High at any time, "Thou art my son. This day I will begotten thee. And again, I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son." So this say, "This my son" in the Apocrypha. You should be able to say that's one of them angels that y'all say are the sons of the Most High. Y'all talking about fallen angels. Where they at? See, all that's nothing more powerful than the Most High and a Mashayach Yahawashi. Any angel. He already destroyed. He already got them in check. They ain't doing it. Satan himself is under the orders of the Most High. Now, how you gonna say that you got some angels are doing, falling, and doing whatever they want to do? Y'all put them mostly above the Most High. Can't nobody do what they want to do, or tell me that they can. If you do what you want to do, the Most High bring a judgment on your butt. If you ain't doing what he say do, look. Look at this. 2nd Ezra 13 and 51. Then said I, O Most High, that beareth rule, show me this. Wherefore have I seen the man coming up from the midst of the sea? When you go back to the first verse down to tell you about Mashayach coming, and the Israelites going to be shown to the world, those that 1/3, and you're going to have all the army, the navy, the marines, the air forces of all the nations getting together to fight him, but he's going to burn them up, ain't going to be no but dust and smell of smoke. Verse 11. So now he's saying, he said, then said I, O Most High, that beareth rule, show me this. Wherefore have I seen the man coming up from the midst of the sea? Because it's a man coming from the midst of the sea. Like he said, verse 2, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, and it moved all the ways thereof, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, which are the angels, 200 million angels that he's coming with, Revelation 9 and 16. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, this judgment, y'all, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth filleth when it filleth the fire. Because he come back to burn people up with fire. So he asking, who is this man that cometh from the sea, right? So listen what the answer is. Verse 52. And Uriel's dealing with, the angel Uriel's dealing with Ezra. He said, and he said unto me, like as thou canst neither seek out nor know the things that are in the deep of the sea. You only know so much, concerning what's in that sea. That's more, abundance in land mass as the sea is than the earth. Even so can no man upon earth see my son. See my son. Now, he just asked a question. Which one of these angels have he ever called his son? Which one of these angels have he ever said, I'm his father? So it's saying here in the Old Testament, even so can no man upon earth see my son, or those that be with him, but in the daytime. Because we're in the nighttime now. And see, when you come out of darkness, out of this ignorance and not knowing, you become one that's ready for the daytime. You be in the day. You see, you be in the light, which is keeping the Most High's laws to bring you to the light. Look, this is the interpretation of the dream which thou sawest, and whereby thou only art here enlightened to know. You see, for thou hast forsaken thine own way. Y'all better hear what he's saying. For all those that have ears, because everybody have their own little opinion of this way, that way. That's why I say Ecclesiastes 3:24, for many are deceived by their own vain or worthless opinion, thoughts, and an evil suspicion. The devil has overthrown their judgment. Make you make the wrong judgment because you're rolling with the devil. That's what he said. This is the interpretation of the dream which thou sawest, and whereby thou only art here lightened. For thou hast forsaken thine own way. Hear that? He has forsaken his own way. So that's what we have to do. That's when he says, come out of her, my people. Don't be a friend of the world, or you the enemy. You're at war with the Most High. You're enemy of the Most High and you're at war with him. All the things we covered in this lesson. He said, but thou hast forsaken thine own ways. You've forsaken your own way. And applied thy diligence unto my law. And sought it. I'm going to read to you again. The same way you pork chop eating pastors are saying, we not under the law of the Most High. If you not hearing what he's saying here, and you do opposite of that, which you are telling the people that they ain't got to follow the Most High because you're saying you're not under his law. Listen to what he's telling you. For thou hast forsaken thine own way. Ezra got 204 books. Understand those standards. We only have 80. He got 124 more books than everybody. The average person only have 80. Well, most of you only have 66 because you don't even believe in the Apocrypha. The 14 books that the Protestant churches took out, you don't even believe in that. Because they told you don't believe in this, so you follow whatever it is that the enemy has told you. The power of this world and blinded the minds of them that are lost. You lost. In which this gospel has no power over you because you are lost. Still lost. And making others be lost. That's why I say, woe to you, destruction unto you. That's what the scripture said. Read it for yourself with more understanding than what I've just given you in Jeremiah 23:1. It's real, man. Yes. For thou hast forsaken thine own way. He forsaken his own way. And applied thy diligence unto my law. You hear that? And sought it. It's powerful, y'all. That's why he was open up to so much. That's why you look at, okay, well, y'all been in the truth all these years. What do you bring it to the nation? You got to be having something. Most of the Spirit got to be bringing something that's opening us up to understand more than what we knew 10 years ago. Come on. The Spirit ain't stopped, have it? No. That's why he told Ezra. In 2 Ezra 14. In verse 9, he said, for thou shalt be taken away. Say, Ezra, you're going to die. From all. And from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son. Who is that? Who's the Most High Son that he's talking about here? And with such as be like thee. So that's what's important. That's why I looked at, okay, well, who is like Ezra? Humble. Didn't account himself one of the righteous. Put himself with the 2/3 of the ones that's wicked. That's marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. Not to think you are that. We ain't nothing as we ought to be. We ain't nothing, man, but filthy rags. As Isaiah said. We have sinned. And still sinning. That's why he said don't count yourself as one of the righteous. I'm just a messenger bringing it forth. But what it is, the Spirit is brought to me to bring as humble as I can, no matter how I sound. This is my way my voice sound. You can't handle that, then you got to man up, point blank. But you see here, he told Ezra he gonna be with a Mashayach Yahawashi when he come back, and with such as be like him. How was he? 2 Ezra 8:48. And this also is thou, in this thou also art marvelous before the Most High, in that thou hast humbled thyself. First and foremost, he ain't prideful. Ain't no prideful people going to the kingdom. Most High, you hated by the Most High and man. In that thou hast humbled thyself as it becometh thee, and hast not judged thyself worthy to be much glorified among the righteous. You see? It's what you say. For many great miseries, hear this clearly, we that living in these last days, shall be done to them that are in the latter time, shall dwell in the world. That's where we at. We in this world because why? They have walked in great pride. See? So ain't no joyous time gonna be for those that are prideful. Because you walked in great pride, you're gonna be miserable. You must say, hate a poor man that's prideful. I mean, how you gonna be poor and what kind of pride you need to have? Let's say, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. But understand thou for thyself. That's what I heard clearly. Like he just told him. He said, understand for yourself, Ezra, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. You hear that? So that's what we're supposed to be doing. That's why he told him in 2 Ezra 14:9. And we can read it, but Ezra didn't get it. He said, but thou shalt be taken away from all, meaning you're going to die, Ezra. And from henceforth, thou shalt remain with my son. So he's going to remain with his son. And with such as be like thee. Like he just said, seek out those just like Ezra. That hit home with me. That really hit home. Until the times be ended. Meaning he didn't have to come back here. He didn't have to come back to this wicked world. But then when you look at 2 Ezra 16, well, I say, this is written for us. Because he told them that, right? Anybody dispute what he just said? But Ezra said this. As far as the prophecies that he was given, let's look at one. Let's go to, because we read a lot of what Ezra was given was prophecies that would happen in our end times that we in there, the last days that we in now. Look at let's go to 2 Ezra 16 and 11. It says, the Most High shall threaten. Just threaten. The Most High shall threaten. And who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? He just threatening. And who will not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea arises up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Most High, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss, when they begin to be shot where? Into the ends of the world. The plagues, the missiles that the Most High have, that we only can look at, IBM missiles, whatever. What kind of missiles the Most High have? He said his missiles gonna hit the mark. He said, for strong is his right hand, who is a Mashayach Yahawashi that's coming to judge and make war, that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, I mean they pointed, and shall not miss. They're not gonna miss whatever target it is that they're sent out to reach. They're not gonna miss. They're gonna reach their target and not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Listen, say, behold, the plagues are sent. We in them now. All these different plagues that's coming on the earth, one after the other, after the other. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. Like he said, come on, man, y'all gotta see. I mean, he's talking. I'm just listening. I don't have nothing in front of me to go by. All I know is I'm just listening. I know where I'm being led is what you're getting. Revelation 18, through the Spirit of the Most High, all praise the Most High said, listen what he said, Revelation 18 and 4 again. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues. You hear that? What he's saying? These plagues are sent, y'all. Verse 14, 2 Ezra 16 say, behold, the plagues are sent. And I'm here for a specific reason, to show you that this is written for us. And that Ezra didn't even pick up what all that was being said. There's so much that he's given that it's overwhelming to him. Look, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out. Hear that? He's coming with fire, y'all. Most High is consuming fire. And that's what he said. He put the rainbow in the sky to remind himself that he's not going to flood the earth anymore, but he's bringing fire. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out. You hear that? The fire is kindled and it ain't never going to be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Listen to what it says. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer. You take an arrow and you pull it back and pull it and shoot it. Of a mighty archer, returneth not backwards. It ain't coming backwards. Once he shoot it, it's going to go straight to his mark, right? Even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. That's what we're seeing. Plague after plague after plague after plague. He says it's going to be like a woman in travail, like a woman having a baby. and the contractions are far apart, and they get closer and closer and closer and closer and closer together. That's how he says it's going to be. And you see these plagues, you know, coming back to back to back. But listen to what Ezra said. He was talking about when? Verse 13. So you understand and don't misunderstand anything. He said, for strong is his right hand, verse 13, that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss, when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Is Ezra in the end of the world when he's speaking right here? No. So listen to what it says. In verse 17, Ezra say, woe is me. Destruction's coming to me. Woe is me. Destruction coming to me. He said, who will deliver me or save me in those days? See? Remember what he told him. And we can go back and look at what he said. But see, Ezra missed it. Because he said in 2 Ezra 14:9, for thou shalt be taken away from all, and from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son, and with such as be like thee, those that are humble, and not account themselves as one of the righteous. Most I said, dare not count ourselves as one of the number. That's the righteous. Until the times be ended. You hear that? Until the times be ended. Like he told Daniel, the same thing. Last verse of Daniel. Daniel's 12. In verse 13, he said, but go thou thy way till the end be. Like he told Ezra. For thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of days. Same thing he told Ezra. You see? But he didn't get it. Because he told him, he said, hey, until the times be ended. Till the times be ended. You're going to be with Mashayach till the times be ended. So he will be one that would be coming with him when you read 1 Thessalonians 4:16. For Mashayach through the power of the Most High himself shall descend from heaven. Like he ascended up to heaven, he's going to descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead that have died in Mashayach shall rise first. That's Ezra. That's Daniel. Then we, which are alive, and you know some of us going to be alive still. When the Mashayach come, the judge will make war, and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Most High while Mashayach in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Mashayach and the Most High. Wherefore comfort one another with these words, you see. So this is very important because we could miss out on what it is that's being said here and think something else. But Ezra and Daniel gonna come with Mashayach when he come. 2 Ezra 2, the second chapter, and 16. 2 Ezra, second chapter, 6, verse 16. And those that be dead will I raise up again from their places, and bring them out of the graves. For I have known my name in Israel. You hear that? So I know my name in Israel. He told us in verse 31. He said, remember thy children that sleep, that have gone and died. For I shall bring them out of the sides of the earth, and show mercy unto them, for I am merciful, said the Most High Power Almighty. See, so that's going to happen. Those that are in the spirit of the Most High, knowing Him, and the Mashayach in a real way, they're going to be all right. Like us, we coming, long as you don't, fade out of the truth, Like I said, it's an open door. It's a revolving door. It's open on the other side, like an elevator. I mean, what do you call them? Doors that swing, that go around. You go in and they're going out. A revolving door. The truth is, but he that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. 2 Ezra 7:32. 2 Ezra 7:32. And the earth shall restore those that are asleep in her. Those that have died in her. And so shall the dust those that dwell in silence. And the secret places shall deliver those souls that were committed unto them. And the Most High shall appear upon the seat of judgment, and misery shall pass away, and the long suffering shall have an end. I mean, let you know, hey, we've been suffering a long time, man. But it's going to have an end. But judgment only shall remain. Truth shall stand. What's the truth? We can sing it together. Psalms 119, 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. The Most High's law is the truth. But judgment only shall remain. Truth shall stand. If you kept the laws of the Most High, it's going to stand. And faith shall wax strong. The work shall follow, and the reward shall be showed. And the good deeds shall be of force, and wicked deeds shall be no rule. Beautiful. Sound good to me. I like that. So that's why we got to continue to work toward this. So we'll be worthy. But you see, that was, some people don't believe in, I guess, regeneration. But why would Ezra say in 2 Ezra 16 and 17, woe is me. Destruction is me. Woe is me. Destruction is me. Who will deliver me in those days? Why would he say that? What day is he talking about? Verse 13 again, he says, when they begin to be shot into the ends of the what? World. See? And to tell you 2 Ezra 6 and 9, the ends of the world, right? 2 Ezra 6 and 9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, meaning the Edomites would have to be ruling when in the end of the world. That's why people saying that the so-called white man is not Edom. Then who is it that's going to take him down that y'all saying that is the Edomites now? But they got to take the most, they got to definitely take him down to be ruling, and then they'll be the end of the world. Who are they? What people are they? It said for Esau is the end of the world. We got to wait for somebody to rise up that's going to have more than what they have in their ordinances and their Army, Navy, Marines, and Air Forces. I mean, I'm looking at Russia and China getting together. America, they all have what? Nuclear destruction. So you got somebody that's going to be coming up that's going to take America, or the so-called white man, down. Russians, you got. I'm just sure with the Russians and Americans, Edomites. Somebody got more military might to take them down, to say they represent Esau. He say Esau is the end of the world. So, and Jacob is the beginning of it, that follower. So, make that make sense. They even give scriptures to back up who Edom is in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. But it is what it is, People believe how they believe. That's why he said, we gotta really look at what we gotta do to be saved. What we gotta do to be saved from our enemies. And let me make sure you understand when I say saved or salvation, what it means. Because some of you just say you're saved, but you ain't saved from this. Say your family members, say whoever it is you bring it up in your church and say they gonna be saved from this, from whatever it is y'all teaching in the churches and so forth. Most of them don't dwell in temples made with hands anyway. But let's go to Luke, the 1st chapter, verse 68. It say, blessed be the most high power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. Who is his people? We know his people are who? It said, my people, who? The children of Israel. Right? So who is people? If it's not the children of Israel. Anybody that call on the name of whatever name y'all use? I don't think so. We done seen it. Say, my people, the children of Israel. Look at Exodus 18:1. When Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that the Most High had done for Moses and for Israel, his people, and for Israel, his people, and for Israel, his people, and that the Most High had brought Israel out of Egypt. But Israel is his people, the Israelites. So now going back to Luke 1:68, blessed be the Most High power of Israel. So that means he's not the power of nobody else but the Most High power of Israel, the Israelites. Well, he have visited and redeemed his people. We determined his people Israel, the Israelites, and have raised up an horn, which is a power of salvation, powers and authority for us, the 12 tribes of Israel, in the house or the family of his servant David, who came out of the tribe of Judah. And Mashayach says in Hebrews 7:14, for this evidence of fact that our power, Mashayach Yahawashi, sprang out of Judah, our forefather Jacob's fourth-born son, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, from Genesis 1:1, that we, the 12 tribes of Israel, should be saved to salvation. Remember it said, verse 69, and has raised up an horn of salvation for us. This being saved, y'all, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. You see, that's being saved. That's salvation. And when that happens, then we're going to have the kingdom forever and ever and ever. We got next forever and ever and ever. Point blank. Nobody can gainsay on that. Unless you want to deal with the Most High. That's the fear within, fall into the hands of living power. So now, let's go to back to Luke 24. And 44, it says, and he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moses and in the prophets. We just went to Ezra, showing him Mashayach in the prophets, he a prophet, and in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning me. I mean, we could show, let's show him in the law of Moses. Go to Deuteronomy 18, 15 and 18. Deuteronomy 18, 15. And the Most High thy power will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee, right? And of thy brethren like unto me, unto him ye shall hearken. Listen, right? Verse 18. So I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, meaning Israelites, like unto thee, and will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. You see? That's why Mashayach said he came in the name of the Father. He spoke the words of the Most High. But the prophet, that's all I want on that. Wait a minute, verse 19. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. So if you're not really dealing with him, and Moses say he's going to get you. He's going to require it of you. Because he said that. He speak his own words. Look, when he came, he said what? Philip asked him a question. The apostle Philip asked him a question in St. John 14 and 8. Philip said unto him, Mashayach Yahawashi, show us the Father. And it suffices. It'll satisfy us. Mashayach said to him, I've been so long with time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? You know who I am, Philip? He said, he that hath seen me hath seen the Father. And how sayest thou, show us the Father? Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the work. See? That's what he's telling you. He said, believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake. You see? So, as it says, he said the words that he speaks is not his words, but the Father that's in him. That's what he said to Moses. So there he is in the law of Moses. He says in the Psalms, so we already showed the prophet Ezra. So he said in the Psalms, so let's see where he at in the Psalms. Go to Psalms 22, second chapter. Psalms 22. And we're going to look at verse 16. Psalm 22 and 16, it says, for dogs have compassed me. He ain't talking about no rented Lassie or no dogs that y'all have as pets. He said, for dogs have compassed me. The assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. So, last I read, Job 9:24 says what? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He who was the wicked covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not, wherein who is he? So he's saying, for dogs having compassed me. I told you the New Unger's Bible Dictionary. I don't have it at hand. But the New Unger's Bible, I know it by heart. It says, dog was a word that was used by the Israelites, Jews, concerning the Gentiles, because of their profaneness, unholiness, unrighteousness, probably a reference to homosexuality. That's what they say. So he said, for dogs having compassed me, the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me, they pierced my hands and my feet. Who pierced his hands and feet? The Romans. Who are they? So-called white men. The Italian Caucasians, to be exact, who was the superpower of the earth at the time. They're the ones that killed him. That's what he said. For dogs have compassed me. Now, verse 20 says, deliver my soul from the sword. From the sword. See, my darling, from the power of the dog. Listen, y'all ain't looking at that. He said, for the power of the dog. I mean, Yahawashi said it in it. Look, go to Mark 7:24. A lot of y'all, you know, and don't get too with me because I'm bringing out the truth. I'm just a messenger. You know, if you can make it mean something different, I'd like to hear it. I'm always open for change, but make this mean something different. Scripturally, I'm talking about. Don't just run your mouth. Mark 7:24. And from thence he arose and went into the borders of Tyre and Zidon and entered into an house and would have no man know it, but he could not be hid. We're looking at, it says, for dogs have compassed me, the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet, right? In Psalm 22:16. So he's trying to go into a house, but he couldn't be hid. For all the miracles he done. It said, for a certain woman whose young daughter had an unclean spirit, had demons in her, heard of him and came and fell at his feet. The woman was a Greek. The woman was a Greek. The woman was a Greek. So-called white woman. A Syrophoenician by nation, living in that particular territory or land. And she besought him that he would cast forth the devil out of her daughter. Right? This is what Mashayach responded to her. She came and worshipped him, came and fell at his feet, worshiping this big black man. But Mashayach said to her, let the children first be filled. let me give these blessings to the children, like he said in Matthew 15:24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So he said, let the children of Israel receive these blessings first. He said, let the children be filled. For it is not meet, that means right, to take the children's bread or the children's blessings and to cast it unto the dogs. Verse 26, the woman was a Greek. Like Alexander the Greek. Come on now. We dealing with truth here. Just because you never read it in the Bible, just because you don't want to accept it, you got to take that up with the Most High. Because we had to eat everything that came upon us and that's still coming upon us until this day. So yeah, we ate it. You got to eat it. Straight up. It's like that. That's just the way it is, as it is written. You know? Look at First Maccabees, the first book of the Maccabees in the Apocrypha, 1:1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes. You know, because Alexander the Greek, right? Don't y'all teach that in school? The first empire of the Edomite nation. You're not going to identify yourself as Edomites, but that's who you are. So Alexander has smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece. See? The Greeks. Alexander the Greek. Y'all teach about him in school. So she's a Greek. She's a so-called white woman. In verse 27 of Mark, the 7th chapter said, but the Mashayach said unto her, let the children first be filled, for it is not right, not meat, which means right, to take the children's bread and to cast it unto the dogs. So he called them our dogs. He said, for dogs have compassed me, the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me, they pierced my hands and my feet. Who pierced his hand and feet? Who are the wicked? Who are the dogs? He just called this white woman a dog, this Greek woman a dog. But he called them our dogs. He said, but Mashayach said unto her, verse 27, let the children first be filled, for it is not right, which is meat. It says here, which is right, to take the children's bread and to cast it unto the dogs. What did she say? And she answered and said unto him, yes, master. That's what that means. Yes, master. Yet the dogs under the table eat of the children's crumbs. They get the blessings that's left after he done blessed the children of Israel. And he said unto her, for this saying, go thy way. The devil is gone out of thy daughter. See? So, that's in the Psalms. He said in the law of Moses, and the prophets, and the Psalms. So now once he showed himself, as I just showed you, in the law of Moses, and in the prophets, and in the Psalms, as he said, reading Luke 24 and 44 again. And he said to them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moses. I gotta get one more one more in the law of Moses, because let's go to Ephesians right quick. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, or some of you might have heard it, but I want to go to one more part of spiritually how a lot of people are missing him in the law of Moses. Go to Ephesians 3 and 9. It says, and to make all men see, Ephesians 3 and 9, and to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery. That's a secret. We're looking at how he's in the law of Moses. The mystery, that's a secret, which from the beginning, we gotta go to the beginning of the world, which is Genesis 1 and 1, have been hid in the Most High, who created all things by Mashayach Yahawashi. right? So now when we go to, he created all things by Mashayach Yahawashi. So when you go to Genesis 1:1, so in the beginning, we that know what it says in the ancient Hebrew says, Alahayim, which is the powers, created the heaven and the earth. Now we know that we just read the Most High created all things by Mashayach Yahawashi. In the beginning, the Alahayim, they say God there. But they put that there, which is dog spelled backwards, like I told you. He called them dogs. They took dog and spelled it backwards. And now y'all calling on still them, no matter if it's backwards or not. Like Santa Claus, you move the letters over, you got Satan Claus. Santa Claus, you got Satan Claus. Instead of C-L-A-U-S-E, you got C-L-A-W-S. You're still saying the same thing, except for you just spelling it different. But that's another topic. But anyway, in the beginning, Alahayim, the powers, created the heaven and the earth, right? So I say it's the Most High of Mashayach Yahawashi we just read. Most High created all things by Mashayach Yahawashi. But here he is right here. In the law of Moses. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of the Most High moved upon the face of the water. So the Spirit of the Most High, the angel of the Most High that's right here, is a Mashayach Yahawashi. This the Spirit of the Most High. It don't say spirits. Y'all be talking about the angels built, made everything. Where's that at? Give me a breakdown showing the angels created everything. The Most High said he just created all things by Mashayach Yahawashi. But it says here, the Spirit, the angel, who was a Mashayach Yahawashi of the Most High, moved upon the face of the waters. And the Most High said, he gave an order, let there be light, and there was light. So Mashayach Yahawashi started to create from the waters. That's him right there, the Spirit of the Most High. That's why he said, if I have it, in verse 26, this Bible is all messed up. Okay, Genesis 1:26, and the Most High said, let us, see, us, that's plural. Make man in our image, after our likeness. And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over the earth, and over every creeper thing that creepeth upon the earth. See, that's plural. That's the Most High of Mashayach Yahawashi. That's why you look at him and he say, he's the image of the Most High. Just what the Most High does, that's what he does. I mean, what he said, he's a word of the Most High. The Most High have a voice, and the Mashayach Yahawashi is a word of the Most High. It's real simple. It's not hard to understand. It's just, this is spiritual. It's a mystery. A mystery means it's a secret. Where you don't know, now you know. Verse Colossians 1:15, this is concerning the Mashayach Yahawashi, who is the image of the invisible power. He said, let us go down and make man in our image, who is the image of the invisible power. The Most High is invisible power. That's why St. John 4:24 says, the Most High is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. Who is the image of the invisible power, the firstborn of every creature, see? So, that's him. Now let's go to Philippians, the 2nd chapter. And verse 5. It say, let this mind be in you, which was also in Mashayach Yahawashi. You see? It said, who being in the form of the Most High, thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High, meaning he's the Son of the Most High. As we read in Hebrews 1:5, unless y'all come up with another son that y'all can call an angel, that the Most High said he's his son, and an angel that the Most High said, I'm his father. I'm waiting on that answer. Hebrews 1:5, answer it. So he said, let all the angels worship of Mashayach Yahawashi, his only begotten son, as it says in John 3:16. Who being in the form of the Most High, thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High, meaning he's the Son of the Most High, and he brought forth the word of the Most High. So whatever the Most High said, just like we just read Ezra, 15th chapter, 2nd Ezra 15th chapter, where he said, hey, speak unto them the words that I speak unto you. Right in the book, while we have it. But made himself of no reputation. See, this is contrary to where I see a lot of brothers and sisters in this earth now trying to be somebody, and they say, we in hell. But you're trying to be somebody in hell. But made himself of no reputation. Why he would heal people and say, don't tell nobody I did it. Don't tell nobody I did it. And what they do? It's him over there. It's Yahawashi. Mashayach over there, right over there. He did it. He the one did it. Always. That's us. Shh. Keep your mouth shut. Don't tell nobody I did it. You know he wasn't no white man. So-called white man. You know that for a fact. He healing people and say, don't tell nobody I did it. Come on. But made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. And being fashioned in the fashion of a man, he humbled himself. See, that's very key. As you see Ezra, he humbled himself. He didn't account himself as one of the righteous, even though he was one of the righteous. And being found in the fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross, the punishment that he received. Because he wasn't hung on no cross, he was hung on a tree. But that cross means the punishment, all the things that he had to go through for us, our wicked butts and wretched butts. John 13. John the 13th chapter, verse 15. For I have given you an example, that ye should do as I have done to you. See, he gives an example that we should do to each other as he done for us. That's why he said once again, Luke 6:46. And why call ye me Mashayach, or Jesus, whatever name you call on, and do not the things which I say? What did he say? One thing he said, for all you that don't believe you gotta keep the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments, he told you if you love him. In St. John 14 and 15, he said what? He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. So y'all want to separate the commandments from the laws. You can do it if y'all want to. Y'all can follow whatever it is they telling you to do. But there's a judgment always. Always. And you got to understand where these things were far apart, these judgments are coming quicker too. They're coming right close together. Whereas it used to be a long time before, you might be visited for something you did or whatever. Now it's happening quick. Mostly trying to get your attention. So he's doing things that's happening in your life. It's gonna happen real quick. You ain't get me. You ain't feel me then. You ain't feel what I'm showing you then. My thing is, why you gotta keep repenting? Why people have to keep on repenting? If you righteous, you trying to be doing what the Most High say do. Why you gotta keep on repenting? So repent. Yo, you wicked. Something's up with you. You need some help.